You ready? Good. I want to start off with a few things tonight, which kind of goes without saying. Of course, I'm going to start off with a few things. What does that mean? Why did I even say that? What is it? Of course, I'm going to start off with a few things. Well, I'm going to start off with this. As you know, perhaps, maybe, many people do not see things my way. Rephrasing that somewhat, I don't see things their way. And I am a realist. I'm not a fan. I don't have fans. I'm not a fan, rather, of certain politicians and the like. Some people are very good. Some people I will like. Some people I will follow. Other people I'm not really sure. It's hard to say specifically what it is that I am liking and the like. But I'm going to talk about a couple of things in no particular order, just to bring you up to speed. And the first is Donald Trump. And one thing that he did, which is to me absolutely, positively unforgivable. Now, let me start off by saying, for those who might be tuning in, by the way, welcome. I don't know if anybody's new here. Whoever is new, please always let me know if you're new. We want to always acknowledge people who are new so they can go to the front of the line and get some crumb cake and meet the other members, people who are new, because this is a unique thing that we do here, and I appreciate your being here more than you will ever know. So if I stop during the course of this, please forgive me. I always want to acknowledge new people. No, Liz, I am not an influencer. Whatever that means. I hate that term. Influencers. There are no such thing as influencers. We knew somebody one time who spent more money showing people how rich they are. I mean, it was the biggest load of caca del toro you can imagine. Mary Fernandez, I think I told you this, Mary. I know 800,000 Mary Fernandezes and Marias in West Tampa, and then you can imagine. But you're right. I wish he would control himself. But do you know what he did worse than anything else? The thing that he did regarding Kayleigh McEnany. You know what he did? And this is the thing that I will not countenance. I will not in any way abide. And that is, he wrote a tweet, as it were. He wrote a tweet as to Kayleigh McEnany, who, believe it or not, I don't understand this, who said, or listen to this, said that Trump was up by 25 points versus 24 points. Let me also let you know, so that you are here first, this is the brand new video on the subject that I just did. And I provide this for you for your perusal and review, because you're so great and you're so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You are so beautiful to me. There we go. But here's the thing. He referred to her as Kayleigh Milquetoast. Milktoast. Milquetoast. Milk. He did it phonetically. And nobody... That to me, Mr. Wharton, Mr. Penn, come on. Milk, M-I-L-K. Where does the name Milquetoast come from? Don't look. Anybody know? Right off the bat? Anybody? What is milquetoast? What does it mean? It's like there's certain words like Dutch rarebit. No, it's not rabbit. What is milquetoast? M-I-L-Q-U-E. Thank you, Sean Martin, everybody. Sean Martin. Give a big hand for Sean. Good for you, Sean. Malque, from Casper Milquetoast, the character from the 20s. It was his meek character. Milk. That's the part that gets me. No, we're going to spend a lot of time with this. So that's the first thing. Number two, Trump, and this is what I love to, I'm telling you this. Trump is like Trump is like explaining to somebody the breed of a dog. A breed of a dog. The Cane Corso does this. This dog does this. This dog does this. Nothing personal, but it does this. The Welsh, the American Pit, it's just whatever. And Trump is a breed of dog, so to speak, in which he acts in certain ways. That's it. And if you don't know this, you haven't been paying attention. This is the way he is. He's not going to change. And when you fall for it, like Brit Hume and others, when you say, oh, this is the most terrible thing, this woman was a wonderful... Do you remember who he is? Now, what do you think is the best reaction? If you really want to get Trump, what would you do? Come on, tell me right now. What would you do? Tell me. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? Tell me. Tell me. I think somebody's killing a dog. What would you do? What would, if you really wanted to get him? Can I tell you how you do him? You ignore him. You ignore him, or you treat him with kindness. But ignoring him is the worst. Oh my God. If I could somehow put out a message on Fox News, nobody respond. Kaylee, don't worry about it. You're in the offing. You're in the offing. I think she did. Wasn't she? She wasn't a fan of Trump at first, but it doesn't matter. She was a press secretary. He acts like this. You don't understand it. Now, let me ask you something else. Let me remind you of something. And this is the part that I want to try for you to understand for you. You know these people who say, oh, what are we going to do? Let's talk about the... I don't want to talk about the deficit. I don't want to talk about the budget, okay? I don't want to hear anything about this, the debt crisis and the debt. It's just, look, okay, fine. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. For the love of God, I don't know what to tell you. And I don't want to talk, and we'll talk about whistleblowers, and we'll talk about the Ray subpoena, and we'll talk about that. Go ahead. But let me explain something to you. And this is the thing. This is what I want to tell you. If I could talk to somebody, let's say somebody, James Madison walks in. Teddy Roosevelt, John Kennedy, somebody. I get to sit there and say, let me tell you what's going on. This is what you have to know about this, and listen carefully. There is something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. No. Before there were people who were proponents of gay people and gay lifestyles. Okay. You got it? Okay. Gay people, gay lifestyles, that was it. Mild, nobody really cared. Okay. What are you going to do? Gay people, gay lifestyles. All right. Terrific. So what? Okay. Right before COVID, people were saying, I think maybe we should have unisex or same gender, or whatever you want to call it. What am I trying to say? I think we should have these people who are maybe have bathrooms that allow maybe us to go to the bathroom together. Okay? And we said, you said, where are you from? No, I think we should have, is this a problem? Is this something anybody's even concerned with? Why is anybody concerned? Why are you concerned with this? Does anybody know this? Does anybody know this? Okay. Remember this? We thought, okay, all right. And then that was it. Nobody talked about it for a while. And then, all of a sudden, it went from that to men competing against women in sports. And then from that, it went immediately to puberty blockers. And then from that, it went immediately to surgery, to children, to it just took off. Hospitals, surgical suites, teaching hospitals. It just, what? Immediately, drag queen performances at libraries, at curricula, in schools, just overnight. And then it just kept the arc, the vector. Then we went to Anheuser-Busch. Dylan Mulvaney scares me. When I see that grinning look, I get scared. Divine never scared me. People who were, it's like the uncanny valley. There's something about Dylan Mulvaney who looks scary. Not kind of like, interesting or friendly. No, frightens me. Dylan Mulvaney all of a sudden took Bud Light, and they said, "Good for you." I said, "Wait a minute, what Bud? Wait a minute, Bud Light. Wait a minute, what? Anheuser-Busch. Wait a minute. Then Target. Target? What happened with Target? Target? Yeah. Then Disney. Disney. Disney's doing this. Now they've got men dressed as women saying hello. We're not done with it. Then Chick-fil-A. I thought, wait a minute, wait, hold it. No way. Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A used to be, we're closed on Sunday, we're Christian. Downtown at NYU, years ago, they had some food court or something, and somebody wanted to put in Chick-fil-A, and everybody loves Chick-fil-A. They do a killing here. There's one on 8th Avenue that's just, it's packed all the time. Big, too. Big. So I thought, okay, great. I don't really care about this. I don't care about the whole Christian thing. Doesn't matter. That. You know what? That's good. I like the Amish still. Oh, look, they sell their heaters. Oh, look. I just like people being themselves. Then they did it, too. And then North Face and then Kohl's. They go, wait a minute. What is happening here? What is this? It's a tsunami. And what they're doing is they're saying, we don't care. You can boycott us. Our stock can drop. You can delist us. We don't care. And you think, wait, what? And then Glenn Beck, after I don't know how many times we told you about the planned, he doesn't check with me, but the Human Rights Campaign and the Corporate Equality Index is the EI. He just discovered, and he said, we found out why. Okay, thanks, Glenn. We know that. We understand that. But why are people doing it against the interest of capitalism and profit? How are they fighting off, as it were? How are they fighting off, getting rid of how do I say this? What am I trying to say? The shareholder revolt. What's going on here? And it doesn't make any sense. People would normally say, look, I bought X amount of shares. I don't want you to do, I'm not trying to make a point. I'm not buying Target stock so that all of a sudden, if they do TJ Maxx next, that's it. I don't know what. None of it makes any sense. It's a tsunami. And listen to what I'm telling you. It doesn't matter. Jim Jordan's not going to do anything. John Kennedy's not going to do anything. Biden, it's not governmental. The government can't tell somebody, hey, you can't do that. Excuse me. We can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want. Don't you understand it? So what I'm trying to tell you is that, now, who do you think would be the best person to go in and take these people on head on in a combative, guerrilla warfare kind of a social media to really take them on? Somebody who says, oh, I'm going to get real nasty. I'm going to pull a Karen on you. I'm going to go nuts. You want me to bring attention to this? I'll bring attention. Who do you think the best person would be? DeSantis or Trump? Now, don't give me this business about, well, the Trump president should act like that. Excuse me. If I told Madison, James Madison, he'd say, what now? Yes. You guys walked around with powdered wigs and all that. I got that. That's okay. That's groovy. This is a different story. This is out of control. There are kids. Kids are immersed. You should see the books that they're reading to kids. They're destroying. This is not about us. It's about kids. It's kids, not us. We don't care about this. We don't care about this. Who do you think? Let me ask you a question. And I'm not endorsing Trump. But I'm telling you, it's like if I were a dog expert and I'm saying, what do you want? And you say, well, I'm looking for a watchdog. Okay, what do you got? Big property? Okay. What else do you want? Well, we want, and you want a perimeter dog outside? You want a Cane Corso? You want a Malinois? Whatever you want, whatever these things are, that's what you want. You want one of these? That's what you want. Oh yeah. I'm just explaining the breed. I'm telling you what Trump does. Trump will come out and will mix this up. Ron DeSantis, he's pushing his wife out there. I'm not buying this. He better work on this thing real fast. Now, you can like it all you want. You might say, well, he's very rude to Kayleigh McEnany. True. But here's my question. It's very simple. Can you imagine if I said, go get him? It's like when you've got this dog on the end of the leash and you let him go. That's it. Let him go. Go get him. I told this son of a gun, stay off my property. He didn't do it. He didn't listen to me. Okay. Now you're going to learn. Go ahead. That's Trump. Now, you know who announced he's going to run? Chris Christie. Can I give you the inside poop on? Oh, and also Mike Pence. Oh, Mike, what are you doing? Why do you think people want to do this? Why do they want to run? You want to have an exploratory committee. I like the exploratory. Or you just run, or you just have one of these things. It's one of the best things ever. You have one of these funds that says, okay, I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna have this, and I'm just gonna have my perennial. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do my thing. And when I raise millions, I can have, an office and the staff, and it'll pay for travel. And, you'd be surprised what you can get away with. You understand this? You got it? You got it? Okay. But what does Christie want? He's not going to win. But what's interesting is he likes the media. ABC's going cold on him. ABC's cold. Fox News doesn't want him. So you put his name out there, and it's like, okay, brush this thing up. Now, here's something interesting. I don't want to talk about this because I think weight is, I don't want to shame people. But if somebody is a jockey or somebody who is a diver, somebody who is in a position where you're going to say, you know what, you're sometimes weight becomes an issue. It becomes an issue. Do you want to know it or not? Do you want to know it or not? Some people can, people talked about Trump's orange skin. People talked about Trump's hair dye. I like when he had the white hair one time. You ever see Trump with white hair? Looks great. Now, is this petty? Not when you're running for office. Chris Christie had bariatric surgery. He had some kind of whatever it is, and it didn't take. It was the damnedest thing. I'm thinking, are you sure he had it? You know how when people get this, they go, whoa. You should have seen Jerry Nadler before he had his. Jerry Nadler looked like a Buick. He was really overweight. And then you could see something. Chris Christie, whatever. Do you know Chris Christie has a higher BMI than William Howard Taft? Because Taft was taller. Did you know that? Think about that one. Now, a couple of things. So what he's doing is he's doing this for his own, to get his own, which is fine, no problem. Do you think Nikki Haley thinks she's going to win? Or Tim Scott? Or that Viv, I've never, you know who I'm talking about. Do you think so? Do you think so? Now, talk about a couple of inside Jersey things. He was actually not bad for a Republican in a Democratic New Jersey. He wasn't bad. During Hurricane Sandy, I think it was, he really made a name for himself. He wore this fleece outfit. This fleece, not outfit. It's like a Land's End or something. LL Bean, one of those, And he would always do his press conferences, and he would say, "Get off the damn beach!" Wow, we loved it. Sometimes bad situations make the politician. Get off the damn beach! Wow, that's great, thanks. You like that, huh? We sure did, man. Thanks. Okay, great. Then, little by little, things happened. Then, in 2013, there was something where they closed down. There was a budget impasse or something, and they closed down the beaches. So somebody from the Star Ledger or something airplane took a picture of him sitting on this beach chair, chaise longue, kind of a beach chair, with the sand, not a pretty sight, with his family sitting on the beach when everybody else was told you can't go to the beach. That picture became part of the meme. Look up, just Google Christie beach meme or chair. They were everywhere. Remember years ago remember UC Davis, I think it was, there was a security guard who was spraying people with something, and that meme, when you're a part of a meme, that's a very serious deal. Then there was Bridgegate. I'm not even going to explain Bridgegate to you. It was so stupid. It really wasn't his fault, but it was just stupid. And what he did was he did these daily press conferences, and people kind of liked what he had to say. He also decided to prosecute Jared Kushner's old man. Not good. Not good. And guess who also picked up on that? Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo, during COVID, before he killed all of those old people by bringing COVID people into nursing homes. And how he got off the hook with that, I have no idea. But he did these things where he had these press conferences, and he has the weirdest delivery of anybody I've ever seen. Ever. Or heard. I've never heard. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's New York. I can't. Victor Davis Hanson always talks about Trump's Queen's accent. I don't hear that. But they talk about, anyway, so there's Andrew, and I can't do an imitation. A friend of mine does the best ever. He's more interesting than Andrew Cuomo. But Andrew Cuomo every day would meet during lunchtime, during the time he had this weird kind of inflection that would drop, and all of a sudden, and the word, just like that instead of saying, I'm, not a crook, my fellow Americans. You would start off antipasto to do Boris Karloff. Your start off word to me was I believe, and he starts off with this I believe so. And he's doing these. This is Andrew Cuomo, and he did these things every single day. Drove me crazy. People were saying, "What is he doing?" Now what you can do is you stay home with your family, and I like to make the gravy with my daughters, and we make the sausage. I told my mother, Matilda, about the sausage. I'm thinking, what am I watching? What is this? Some trooper liked his daughter, and he sent him up to Buffalo or something. I mean, it's weird. And then he was grabbing women. I mean, just weird, dude, weird. He and also that brother on the station that gets no ratings. I don't understand this. If I were News Nation, I'd say, I'm going to go nuts. We're at the basement. There's baby monitors getting bigger numbers. Why don't they go for something interesting? What are you doing? Dan Abrams? What is this, a joke? Seriously, whose idea is this? Ashley Banfield? What, is Joan London busy? What are you doing? This is why these people will never, ever, ever get out of first gear. They don't understand it. Anyway, so that's Andrew Cuomo. So that's his thing. So we right now are in this stuff that is so... And let me tell you something. If you think, wait till it keeps going. They're not going to stop. I don't know who's behind this. Who is saying, go. We have friends of ours who are Democrats. And I ask them, are you for this? Nope. Do you want your kids or your grandkids to have this? No. If your kid came to you and said, hey, listen, or if somebody said to you, listen, Mrs. Abernathy, yes, listen, little Timothy, here, you probably noticed it. We took Timothy to a doctor. We had Timothy, he had an orchiectomy. You might know this as castration, because he said he wanted to be a girl, and it's important to do this now. What would you think about this? There are people advocating that, and there are people advocating you not having a word of this. Or the ability to speak to this. And I know no one who says, well, that makes sense to me. That's the Democratic liberal... No, nobody's for this. So my question is, who's behind this? Who? They're coming full force. It's a tsunami. That's what's going on. That is what's going on, my friends. And it's unbelievable. Did you see Elizabeth Holmes? She's checking into prison. By the way, who's worse, Elizabeth Holmes or Ghislaine Maxwell? Now, let me ask you a question. Think about this. Before you answer that too quickly, who's worse? Theranos, Elizabeth Holmes? Remember, she talked like this. She's kind of sound like Cuomo. And I believe when we can do this, Why are you talking like this? That's my voice. Why are you talking like that? Why are you wearing black? Because I want to look like Steve Jobs and talking. He didn't talk like that. What are you doing? Remember Elizabeth Holmes. I will never forget the experts that say, you don't understand. To do the test they say they are doing, whether it's for lipid profile or whatever the hell it was, you need venous blood, not fingertip blood. And you need multiple, vacuum jets. You need vials. Not because we're just bloodthirsty, but to do the multiple testing. This doesn't, they know that. George Shultz, Rupert Murdoch, Kissinger, what? She's the smart, and she talked like that, and she had something that people whose lives depended, and Walgreens, everybody was behind this. I don't understand. She was perhaps responsible for, I don't know how many people becoming really sick. What did she do? What did Ghislaine Maxwell do? What did Ghislaine Maxwell do? Dead serious. I'm asking you a question. Let me put it to you this way. If there was no Elizabeth Holmes, there's no Theranos, there's no fraud, there's no nothing. She was the sine qua non, right? The essential element. Assuming there was no Ghislaine Maxwell, would there be a Jeffrey Epstein? Absolutely. Would there still be other things? Yes. She might have facilitated some stuff. She might have said, come on, I'm your girlfriend, I'm your big sister. She might have done a lot to aid and abet, but there would have still been a Jeffrey Epstein. Absolutely. What did she do compared to Elizabeth Holmes? What? What did she do? Could she not have, was she some essential element to this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And there were other people who aided and abetted. Les Wexner never had, there's no mention, you never hear anything about that name. Never. Do you know the people that made him responsible? The people who knew this for years. The people who knew what was going on. The people who bolstered the image of Epstein. The Clintons and Gateses and others as well. And Noam Chomsky and all this, who they knew this. Nobody, believe me, they could say, come here, I gotta tell you something. Everybody knew this. Everybody knew this. Do you understand what's going on here? Do you understand what's happening? Do you understand? It's a very simple thing. Very simple. Very simple. So, just think about that. Who's worse? Trump's going to destroy DeSantis. These are notes I had. How boycotts will be portrayed as hate. Fox News just went woke. Why are so many corporations destroying themselves? People love to hate Trump. Well, that's true. Dylan Mulvaney, the typhoid Mary of brand disasters. And here's one. Warner Brothers dumps BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors after producing no content. They had a deal. She spent millions and millions of dollars in property that she spent. And BLM or Warner Brothers said, listen, let's work out a deal. The same deal they made with, not them, but others, with Harry and Meghan and whatever. They didn't do anything. They couldn't even do a Spotify. But come on. What about the big deal that the Obamas are doing? Remember that? Remember all of a sudden they did hey, we're going to be producing, because that was just money laundering, all that. But BLM, this Cullors, did nothing. She didn't even pretend. You think somebody would say, listen, do me a favor. Patrisse, hire somebody to just be your liaison. Have them do all this stuff so you can show them, look, we're doing this. We're in development. We've got a storyboard. We've got a meeting. We've got a corporation. We're on, let them, pay them some de minimis salary. Get Warner Brothers to pay for this, but look like you're doing something. She didn't even do that. She doesn't care. She's not even good at stealing the money. Make it, come on. Come on. Stop it. That's all I'm going to say. Stop it. All right, dear friends. All right. Are you subscribed to the channel? Don't forget, subscribe to this channel. Like these videos. The likes are critical. Really need those likes. We need those likes. They really mean a lot to people. I don't know why, but they do. So don't forget also to follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors on YouTube. Sign up for that. And also follow her Twitter at Lynn's, LYNNS, _ Warriors. And I'm at Lionel Media. Okay? You got that? It's been a long day today, my friends. A long day today. And I'm so glad to be here with you because you are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You are so beautiful to me. I mean that sincerely. I mean that. And that's for you. All right, friends. What are we going to do? Oh, okay. That's about it. Any questions? No. Good. Wonderful. Have a great and glorious day. Don't ever change. I mean that sincerely. And don't forget our valedictory, our sayonara, our adios, our coda, as it were. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Ta-ta.